When was the last time you bought a Louis Vuitton bag or drank a nice bottle of Moët Champagne? Well, if you can't remember, it's probably too long ago. But if it was not long ago, then one man in France is thankful for your purchase. His name is Bernard Arnault, and he is the owner of LVMH, Moët Hennessy Louis Vuitton SE, or LVMH in short. LVMH is the world's leading luxury group based in France, and it consists of 75 different brands divided into 6 sectors. It covers everything from wines and spirits to fashion and leather goods, perfumes and cosmetics, watches and jewelry, and even luxury hotels. Under its many famous houses, you will find names like Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, Fendi, and Tiffany. In the present day, the LVMH conglomerate is worth around $317.6 billion. In this video, you will learn how all this came together and also get a closer look at some of the most important brands owned by LVMH. LVMH came to life in 1987 through the merger of fashion house Louis Vuitton, founded in 1854, with Moët Hennessy, another merger between the champagne producer Moët and Chandon, founded in 1743, and the cognac producer Hennessy, founded in 1765. Since then, LVMH grew to around 60 subsidiaries, controlling a total of 75 brands. The mastermind behind all this craze is Bernard Arnault. He started out as a civil engineer in his family's construction company, where he sharpened his senses for business. In 1984, he bought the company that owned Christian Dior, and in 1988, he started to take over LVMH. As the newly elected chairman, with enough shares to reach the blocking minority, he was able to stop the dismantling of the company and would go on a wild shopping spree. And while you and I shop around for bags, jewelry, and maybe a yacht here and there, Bernard is shopping the entire business. Let's take a look at some of LVMH's most significant brands and acquisitions. But before we move on, make sure you don't miss our next video and hit the subscribe button down below. Louis Vuitton, revenue $17 billion. Louis Vuitton was founded in Paris in the year 1854. The brand has a wide range of luxury products, including leather shoes, accessories, jewelry, and watches. Of course, you might recognize Louis Vuitton for its nice leather bags and the iconic LV logo on nearly every product. Originally just a small luggage manufacturer, the company now operates in 50 countries with more than 460 stores worldwide. Moët and Chandon, revenue $1.2 billion. Its founder, Claude Moët, laid the foundations of the company in 1743. While shipping his sparkling wine to Paris, he faced growing demand and soon counted nobles and aristocrats to his loyal customer base. From there, it was just a short hop into the royal palaces. No wonder Moët and Chandon holds a royal warrant as the supplier of champagne to Queen Elizabeth II. Fun fact: did you know that our videos are best with a glass of champagne? If you haven't already, this is your sign to open a bottle of Brut Imperial or Dom Perignon. Both are successful products and part of Moët and Chandon. Cheers! Hennessy, revenue $1 billion. Since its founding in 1765, Hennessy has grown to become the largest cognac manufacturer in the world. The company belongs to Moët Hennessy, which is in turn owned by LVMH. Hennessy was one of the first brands to feature an ad with black models in the famous Ebony and Jet magazines. That move in the 1950s built the foundation for Hennessy's success in the hip-hop culture and later in the mainstream. The company is now supplying more than 40% of the world's cognac. Givenchy, revenue $350 million. Givenchy, founded in 1952 by Hubert Dave Givenchy, joined LVMH in 1988. Hubert was an ambitious visionary and just 24 years old when he founded his house. It is most famous for the short dress and hat worn by Audrey Hepburn in the 1961 movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. Casual chic, aristocratic elegance, and femininity all combine in the timeless collections at Givenchy. The company is continuing its expansion and plans to open over 20 boutiques a year throughout the world. Celine, revenue $500 million. Celine is another French luxury fashion house that joined LVMH in 1996. It was founded in 1945 and is popular nowadays for its handbags. Celine bags are perfect for the classy woman with a love for luxury and good quality. Without displaying flashy branding, Celine represents an understated form of luxury with an if you know, you know vibe. Loewe, revenue $341 million. LVMH added Loewe to its brand around the same time it acquired Celine. It is a brand that deals with luxury leather items and ready-to-wear products. Loewe is famous for its craftsmanship and still manufactures its world-renowned leather goods in Madrid, where it started back in 1846. Marc Jacobs, revenue $23 million. LVMH took over Marc Jacobs the following year in 1997. Marc Jacobs created his famed fashion house in 1984 and he is still the creative director. He was the artistic director of Louis Vuitton for 7 years, until LVMH decided to purchase the company. Sephora. Revenue $4 billion. Sephora, a French-based international cosmetics retailer. Established in 1969, joined the ranks of LVMH luxe brands in 1984. Sephora has over 300 labels in over 2,600 stores in 34 countries, including its own label. Fendi. Revenue $1.1 billion. In 1999, LVMH and Prada went into a joint venture to acquire a 51% stake in Fendi. Prada sold its shares to LVMH for $225 million 2 years later. It was a move prompted by the company's growing debt as a result of its acquisitions. Since then, LVMH has boosted its interest in Fendi to around 85%. Bvlgari. Revenue $195 million. Bvlgari and LVMH signed a contract in 2011. Bvlgari, the renowned jewelry business, created in 1884, sold to LVMH in an all-share transaction for $6.01 billion. They exchanged a 50.4% share in their brand for a 3% share in LVMH. Rimowa. Revenue $444 million. Another acquisition of a brand happened in the year 2016. This time, it was Rimowa, the renowned German luggage company. Rimowa, much like other acquisitions by LVMH, is a brand studded in success and luxe. LVMH acquired 80% of shares in the luggage brand by paying a whopping $13.1 billion. Dior. Revenue $54 billion. Another big venture came in Dior's form when LVMH acquired it in the very next year in 2017. It was not a surprise as Dior and LVMH already had a very united relationship of over 6 decades. It cost the LVMH empire a staggering $13.1 billion to merge Dior within itself. Fenty. Revenue $3 billion. One of the newer additions to LVMH's empire is Fenty by famous singer and businesswoman Rihanna. While 49% of Fenty still belongs to Rihanna, LVMH retains the majority stake. Rihanna's net worth shot up to above $600 million through Fenty, and the successful deal with the French luxury conglomerate, and is now even higher. Tiffany Co. Revenue $4 billion. In November 2019, LVMH planned to snatch up Tiffany Co., the famous New York jewelry company, for a cool $16.2 billion. During the pandemic, the deal almost failed, and Bernard Arnault wanted to back out because Tiffany paid its shareholders a nice dividend while reporting a hefty loss. After a little hick-hack at the court, Tiffany and LVMH agreed to the original takeover plan in October 2020 at a slightly reduced price of nearly $16 billion. Tiffany has 321 outlets around the country, with a total revenue of over $4 billion. Future plans and responsibility. Although LVMH faced a setback in 2020 due to the pandemic, it expects to gain more traction in its brands in 2021. The company will continue to follow its brand-building approach, driven by creativity and acquisitions and unmatched consistency in its goods and distribution. In addition to that, LVMH gives back through its foundation and several commitments to support models, artists, and the environment. LVMH addresses the ethical responsibility of businesses in general, along with the distinctive role in society placed by a group like them. They issued an environmental performance roadmap, Life 360, in which they outline their sustainability goals of over the next 3 to 10 years. This aims to improve the environmental performance of all products, applying the highest standards across procurement chains, improving the environmental performance indicators of all sites, and reducing CO2 emissions. So after all this, you might look at your wardrobe from a whole new perspective. How many products of the LVMH group do you own? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.